If you want to go out here and get a wholesaling real estate deal in 2026, I can tell you the whole entire game has changed. And if you're somebody specifically looking to get a deal in the next 30 days, the game has completely changed since last year, really a couple months ago. And if you're somebody who wants to get a deal in under 2 weeks, you impatient sloth, Gen Z millennial brain rot, I want to get a deal in 10 days. I want to get a deal in 1 hour. I just want to go get a wholesaling deal now. I don't want to wait. I'm impatient. I want it for free and I want it now and I want to get rich. I'm here to help you out. If you're watching this and you come to Zach, you go out here, you watch all these streamers and you're like, hey, Zach, I know real estate is the best way to get rich, but I have no money. My end goal, Zach, and this is what I assume, 19-year-old kids, boys tell me. I want a Lamborghini. I want my hot babe next to me in my Lamborghini, Brickell downtown Miami, listening to Gunna in my Murcielago, going 200 miles an hour down the freeway, getting rich, going to the bank. That's what you want. Well, guess what? I'm going to help you do that. And in all actuality, it's pretty simple. And I'm going to put it into brain rot millennial terms tonight on how anyone can really go out here and make 10 grand a month, 30. I mean, if you know what a lowball and you want to actually listen to my lowball advice, I can probably get you about 40K a month. And you go out here and make a ton of money. You see, if I had to start all over in 2026, I would make making money super simple. I would make it really easy. I would almost make it impossible that you don't become successful in wholesaling real estate. Because honestly, wholesaling real estate has gotten pretty simple. This business has gotten really easy. You just got to pay attention to what I have to say, and you're gonna become successful. So what I'm gonna do tonight is I want to break down to you guys exactly how simple and easy it is to get started from scratch, what I would do from scratch, and really put it in a simple, really simple process in your mind. So you go out here and learn how to wholesale real estate. Before I do that, do me a favor, guys. We are live. So do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's go out here. Let's go out here and make some money wholesaling real estate. So what I want to kind of share with you guys is, I like to draw on the screen here because I think it makes it a little easier. If you want to see what I'm drawing, you can hear what I say on TikTok. If you want to see it's on the Zach Ginn channel on YouTube. But pretty much what I want to share with you guys is a simple concept. I got inspiration from this concept reading a book about 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago, probably 26, probably 11 years ago, honestly. I read this book before I even started wholesaling. But there's a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And he talks about the cash flow quadrant. Now, the cash flow quadrant's great, I guess so. But I mean, if you're not using that to make money, what's the point? But, I think I screwed up here. There you go. He talks about what we call the cash flow quadrant. He's got 4 quadrants of making money. Yeah, that's cool. That's great. But honestly, it doesn't really mean anything, right? When it comes to wholesaling real estate, you don't want to be an employee. I get it, right? Now, I'm taking inspiration from the Rich Dad, Poor Dad quadrant and making it into what I call I'm going to dub it my deal flow quadrant. Okay. So if you want to go out here and get a nice deal flow, get a bunch of deals, this is going to be your quadrant for you. A quadrant where you can go out here and just make unlimited gobs of money and becoming successful. And the reason I like this is there's 4 things you have to focus on, and that's it for everyone's brain. Okay. If it's too much for you, I don't know what to tell you here. But just focus on these 4 things and you're going to make a lot of money in this business. So the first thing we're going to focus on is lists. We're keeping a little quadrant. So if you got a little piece of paper, you can draw it, on the top left corner. But basically, focus on lists. I think for most people, if you could just let's just clear the whole board. Okay, let's just get rid of this, get rid of this, and just focus on the one thing, which is the list. Right? I think that's all you really got to be doing. Okay. And the first thing tonight is lists. If you can go out here and just know exactly what type of list to be pulling, you're not going to struggle with lead flow at all. So let's go out here and talk about lists. Now, they say the best things in life start in threes or come in threes. And I tend to agree with that. I think 3 is the perfect number. And, uh, Tesla used to talk about this, Nikolai Tesla, about his obsession with the letter 3. And, it's in religious stuff. It's with that. And I think, honestly, 3 is just the perfect number. My favorite basketball player ever, Dwayne Wade, was in threes. And so we're going to do threes today. Okay. But basically, the best thing in life comes in threes. And if you're going to go pull data, pull lists, especially in wholesaling real estate, focus on 3. Now, we get a little more technical. When it comes to lists, it's like 3. There's technically 3 things when it comes to lists too, right? Number 1 is, where should I be pulling lists? Number 2 is, what is the lists? Number 3 is, how do I skip trace the lists? Those are the 3 categories inside of lists too, which we'll get a little more technical on that tonight too. Basically, when it comes to threes in this quadrant, right? You're going to focus on number 1. Number 1 is where. My W's look like U's tonight, but where? Where do I pull these lists? Well, you want a median home price under 400,000, and you want a population for the county above 100,000 people. That is where you should be pulling these lists. If your county or wherever you live has a median home price above $500,000, most likely I would avoid it. If the population for your county is above 100,000, great. You want to make sure you have both. That is the first part when it comes to lists. Where? Over 400,000 median home price, stay away. So you want to be under $500,000, 400,000. You want to be under that, and you want to have above 100,000 people in the population. Now, when it comes to what type of lists, guys, I'm a broken record with this, but I'll just keep saying this till the dogs come home. But by far, the best success you're going to have is going to be doing some sort of super niche data. Remember, I said 2026 is the year of the niche. It's still going to become the year of the niche. I'd probably tell you the first list you should be doing, which is just a core list I've always been telling people, are code violations. The reason why I like code violations is because it's pretty much the best. How do I say this nicely without getting canceled? It is the best list to pretty much filter out people who have 3 brain cells from 2 brain cells. And what I mean by this is, if you can't figure out how to pull a code violation list, I swear to you, wholesaling real estate will become way more difficult. It is not for you. And I get this a lot. I teach how to pull code violations very easy. Go to your county's code enforcement department, and then go to your city's code enforcement department. There are separate code enforcement departments. Tall grass, ugly roofs, broken windows, just ugly houses, right? The reason why I start out with code violations for everybody is because it is a list that every single county and city has. They all do code violations. Every county in the United States of America and every city pretty much the general rule is, if there is a police department in the city, then there's code enforcement, because code enforcement is technically a law enforcement division. It's just not criminal. They can't arrest you. They can only fine you. Now, when it comes to pulling a code violation list, you look up your local code enforcement, you email them for the list, or you call them and ask for the list. If you can't do that, I promise you, making an offer, finding a cash buyer, negotiating with the seller, it will be impossible for you to go out and do any level of success in wholesaling if you just can't pull a code enforcement list. And I get this all the time, and I don't know why, but I legit have people who DM me every single day, Zach, I can't pull the code violation list in Atlanta, Georgia, so I can't do it. So I'm not wholesaling until you answer my question. And I'm like, I don't understand this, but like, people legit will do this. I'm not going to wholesale until you tell me exactly where to pull this list, because you need to do it for me. Bro, I always say, I'll teach you how to wholesale real estate for free, but I ain't going to do it for you. I already do wholesaling for myself because I make a lot of money doing it. I ain't going to do it for you. And again, the great equalizer here is, if you physically can't pull a code violation list and you go through my whole course, there's something wrong with you. In the nicest, respectfully. And this is where I'm starting off, because everyone, hey, can I just go to Excellent to pull a pre-foreclosure list? Bro, you could, But they're going to cry to me and say, it's so saturated, Zach. Everyone's calling the list. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. So you're either going to cry because it's harder to pull the list, or you're going to cry to me that everyone's calling the same high equity list. You're going to cry no matter what. You see, most people, most wholesalers, I'm not talking about people that follow me on this channel, right? Just outside of this, right? Most of them will just pull a high equity list, skip tracing, and call it. That's fine. But you're going to find that it's a very, very saturated list, and everyone's already called these people. And then you're going to be crying to me, oh my gosh, it's so difficult. Oh my gosh. Just crazy to me. So what I'm going to tell you is code violations is the first one. If you can't pull it, we're going to have problems. But just go to your local code enforcement, find the address, go there, and ask for a list of all active code violations. Even do a FOIA if you have to, but they by law have to give you this list. I've, to this day, okay, to this day, I've not found a code enforcement department that hasn't given me a code violation list. They physically can't not give it to you. Okay? They have to give you this list. Is literally federal law that they have to give you this list. And this is the first list because this is a list where everyone says, oh, I don't want to pull it. They start screaming at me, crying to me. They're begging and pleading. It's like I'm asking them to go run 10 miles. First thing, first focus, code violations. Okay? Holy mackerel, man. People really, they want to fight me on this one. Just pull that list, man. Number two, I would say stick to my push and P list. So these are going to be the most motivated leads you can possibly get for niche lists. Probate and pre-foreclosures. This is by far the most motivated list. Now, I'll tell you this. If you're crying to me about the probates, I get it. I don't actually think you're lazy. Probates can actually get a little difficult to pull. But the point is they're super motivated. They are amazing lists. Highly recommend everyone out here pulls a probate list. Pre-foreclosures they're easy lists to pull, but most people pull them the wrong way. And so you need to get it straight from the court. Okay? You cannot pull a pre-foreclosure list on any wholesaling software. I love X-Leads to death. You guys hear me talk about X-Leads all the time probably. But I'm just telling everybody watching this, you are not going to pull a pre-foreclosure list on X-Leads or any other wholesaling software because these softwares all get them from the same source. I'm not going to mention who that source is. Actually, I'm just going to, maybe I'll expose everything tonight. Why not? Maybe I'm feeling feisty. Did you know that most wholesaling softwares, not every single one, but most of them, I'd say 95% of wholesaling softwares, okay, they get the pre-foreclosure list from one data source. I'm not going to mention who it is. They are a publicly traded company. And pretty much every single company, okay, every single company and most data companies in wholesaling get the pre-foreclosure data from this one company. They also probably get their property data from this one company. Now, I'm not going to say who it is, but I will tell you this. Do you think it's funny that certain title companies will give you a pre-foreclosure list? Isn't that weird? How are they getting that list? And why is it the same as X-Leads? Who's their source, bro? I don't know. But again, who am I to say? But basically, but there are certain wholesaling software companies that actually get their own data that they do it in-house. There's probably less than 2. And you probably don't know who they are. Maybe you do, probably not. I will tell you that they all use the same data. And that's pretty much means they're all going to be about 10 to 21 days old. But if you pull it from the court, they're going to be literally 0 days old or 1 day old, which means you get in front of these leads, okay, 10 days before everybody else, which means you have a 10-day head start over literally everybody else in this industry. That's pretty gangster. So pre-foreclosures, get it straight from the court. Again, if you need help pulling these lists, below is a website. It's called freewholesaling.com. I'm going to say this on TikTok. It is the word free, the word wholesaling.com, or you go to school.com/wholesaling. The link is in my bio TikTok. Freewholesaling.com. You're going to hear me say that a lot. You see those on YouTube. The word free, the word wholesaling.com, wholesaling. The word free, the word wholesaling.com, freewholesaling.com. Okay. If you go there, I have a whole entire course how to pull these lists. I can't show it on the big tube because the video get taken down if I showed how to pull a code violation list because of certain policies on the big tube, Mr. Beast's favorite platform. Okay. The big red play button. Okay. I can't show it on there. But if you want to watch me do it inside of a course that is completely free, I don't charge for this course. Go to freewholesaling.com. It's the largest wholesaling community in the entire world. Check it out, freewholesaling.com. Okay, cool. So I recommend probates, pre-foreclosures, code violations. We are absolutely rolling in the leads right now. And I'm probably going to tell you the last list. I've been pretty big on this lately, are what I call AI lists. So pretty much what an AI list is, it's going to be a list that AI curates. Now, obviously, everyone's going to come to me and say, Zach, you're just trying to push X leads, bro. Okay, first and foremost, X leads is the best wholesaling software. And I will not be crying about it. I don't want to hear about it. Okay. There's a reason why X leads is the second or third largest wholesaling software by web traffic for a paid wholesaling software. There's a reason why it's the second or third largest one by web traffic. It's the largest. Actually, I'll say this. It's the largest wholesaling software by web traffic that gives free skip traces. That's pretty gangster. But outside of me bragging about how awesome X leads is, and by the way, I'll let you know that pretty much every wholesaling software now has an AI list. So when I talk about AI lists, I'm not talking about wholesaling. There's plenty of people that don't use X leads on this. It's okay. Trust me. Even though you're being stupid right now, it's okay. Guys, every wholesaling software has like an AI list. And pretty much what this is it's a list basically where that software uses AI. It analyzes all these data points on the property. And it pretty much says, hey, this person is more likely to sell for a discount or most likely selling for a discount. Pretty much what this means is what an AI list is basically it's a list where someone's more likely to sell for a wholesale deal than not. From what I found with AI list is about 1,000 of these equals about a deal. If you pull a high equity list, pretty much that means about 10,000 equals a deal. So it is proven that if AI can go analyze a bunch of data points, right? Pretty much what AI lists do. I mean, I know what X lead says. I don't know what anyone else says, but like basically goes off of credit scores, a change of address, COA, a change of address. It could be a whole entire income status. You can actually look up someone's income status. Now, we don't display that on X leads, but you actually can. We have the backend data on that stuff. Missed bills, changes in credit score, stuff like that, right? Pretty cool. So AI lists are pretty cool. The other part of AI lists is AI drawing for dollars. So X leads does have AI drawing for dollars. It's honestly insane. But pretty much AI can go out here and drive for dollars for you. So if you want to see what AI drawing for dollars looks like, it's pretty cool. But pretty much, I'll pop it up right here. I'll show you. So pretty much if you want to like do AI drawing for dollars, right, you got to use a software like X leads, which has free by the way, X leads has free AI drawing for dollars, which is just disgusting. But again, this is not an X leads infomercial. And there's a million softwares that do AI drawing for dollars. They're just very expensive compared to X leads. If I want to do like where I live, right? If I want to AI drive for dollars a house, I can do this one, right? And I'm going to go out here, AI drive for dollars, little property scan, read it right down right here. Let do a little scan of the property. And let's see what the SkyDrive AI is showing on here. It's pretty much giving it a 70. It's showing that the property has deferred maintenance. Property is currently listed for sale. Suggested might be exit there. So again, it does a whole assessment on the roof issues. And it goes off of a live satellite image right here. So we got to work on the dates because it says 2023, but I know this is live. But pretty much there's a live satellite view right here. This isn't live, but this is from 2026. And it's looking at the discoloration on the roof and saying, hey, that's an ugly house, right? Pretty gangster. But yeah, you can do AI drawing for dollars. That's really cool. And that's what I would probably tell most people. Just stick to a nice little niche data set right there in the AI list. Now, what I recommend for this, you also got to skip trace. So I'd say I just go to xleads.com. Again, I'm not going to make this. This is the only time I'm going to mention X leads tonight. So I don't feel like I'm just talking about X leads all the time. So I've been talking about X leads like crazy. Just go to xleads.com. Everybody who watches this, you get basically a 14-day free trial. You get 1,000 free skip traces. And if you're an existing X Leads member, I possibly might be raising prices. Not confirmed yet, but might be raising prices when you get grandfathered in if you sign up now. But I'm not going to say when to do that. But yeah, possibly could be happening. 14-day free trial, 1,000 free skips, xleads.com. Pretty cool. So this pretty much answers the question of what type of lists should I be pulling? What type of list should I be pulling? You should be pulling, again, where? In markets where the median home price is below $400,000 and a population for the county above $100,000. Okay. Now, if you want to go out here and figure out what type of lists, I would say, again, code violations, probates, pre-foreclosures, and AI lists. These niche lists will probably get you around, if I'm doing my math correctly, you're probably going to be about, if you do it right, you'll probably be at 2,000 total. And that's on the conservative, probably a little less than that, but probably 2,000 lists. That's all you got. You just could pull simple 2,000 lists, go out here and get a deal. 2,000 lists, go out here and make some moolah on wholesaling real estate. Not too bad. Now, that is exactly the list you should be pulling. That's the first part of the quadrant. Okay, cool. Now I know the list to pull. The next quadrant, which you probably guess, is going to be the marketing channels. What kind of channels do I need to reach out? So again, what's a marketing channel? A channel is a method which we go out here and market through our lists. What this means is a channel is going to be the middle road. So if I put channel right here, we have a list, and then we have the seller. We take that list through the channel, and that channel reaches to the seller that you're looking to buy properties and make an offer to buy their property for cash. That's what a channel does. Now, there honestly should be 3 types of channels you should be working on. I mean, really, it's going to be 2, but we'll talk about the 3. So I'd say for most people, 2, and then 3 is like a special little channel, just in case you want to get a little nuts. But basically, what I'll tell you is, there you go. The first channel, and again, don't be mad at me. I'm just going to be real. Go sue me. Go be mad at me. Could care less, guys. Cold call. Guys, please, for the love of everything, if you are serious about making money in wholesaling real estate, I am begging you to cold call. Everybody watching this, just cold call sellers. I know every wholesaling like Facebook ad you see or ad you see is, don't cold call, do this. And the reason is everyone's trying to take you away from cold calling. And the reason why most ads that you see about wholesaling real estate is just saying cold calling is bad is because cold calling, they're trying to emphasize the bad without showing the good. You see, when it comes to cold calling is the cheapest way to get deals by far of anything else ever. And it's really not that bad. See, a lot of people, they kick and scream and cry. You know, I even had somebody tell me today, they're like, oh, you have to cold call for 5 hours to go get a deal? What? So you're telling, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, that sucks. What world are you living in, homie? 5 hours to make $20,000. I know Jeff at the supermarket works 5 hours to go out here and make $80, and he thinks he's killing it. I know somebody who worked 8 hours today to go out here and make $90, and you're telling me that cold calling sucks? Jeez, dude. So everyone loves to demonize cold calling, and I'll be real, right? If you think cold calling for 5 hours is brutal, like the worst thing in the world, there's ways you could do it, right? Remember, I make videos that say stop cold calling, do this instead. And again, get your eyes set. And there are, by the way, if you don't want to cold call, there's plenty of other ways to get wholesaling deals. They're just going to cost you money. See, you can either cry to me about how hard cold calling is, or cry to me about how expensive something else is. You see, if you hate cold calling and you just don't even want to do texting and you don't want to do any type of marketing, you just want to be lazy, sure. if you want to give me $30,000, I can go out here and get you a bunch of deals. You need to come up with 30 grand though. And possibly you're going to not make any money. You're just going to burn through 30 grand. I have a buddy, he spent 14 grand on PPC and he made no money. So if you're willing to take that risk, I have plenty of videos, guys. How interesting would my YouTube channel be if I just said, you want to make money wholesaling? Spend $40,000 every single month on PPC ads. Spend $5,000 a month on Facebook ads. Who would here want to watch that video? Guys, I would, if I was new and if I was starting out from scratch wholesaling, I'm not dropping $5 grand. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. So that's the thing. Everybody wants to everybody wants to go out here and demonize cold calling. But the one thing no one wants to talk about cold calling is the reason why you avoid cold calling is because you do not want to talk to sellers. Guess what? If you spent 10 grand on PPC ads, you got to talk to sellers. And if you're trying to avoid a seller being mad at you, that's never going to happen. I know dudes spending $30,000 a month in direct mail. I'm spending more than that. But I know guys spending tens of thousands of dollars in direct mail and they still get sellers screaming at them. So if you think cold calling is going to avoid a angry seller from calling you, you're dead wrong. You see, if you hate cold calling and you got money, you're fine. If you hate cold calling, you have no money. There are ways to do this. But I will tell everybody, when you avoid cold calling, you're avoiding getting better talking to sellers, because by far the best thing I've ever done to get better at talking to sellers, have confidence, being smooth when talking to sellers. You guys know I can get smooth with it, is going out here and just cold calling. Because I deal with the worst type of people sometimes, and I get really good at answering, get really good at talking to them, really good over objection handling. That's how you make some money wholesaling, guys. So first things first is cold calling. If you want to cry to me about cold calling, keep crying, but still cold call, right? I think cold calling is by far the most underrated marketing channel in 2026. Now, here's the thing. I think most people cold call wrong. And the reason why people hate cold calling is because the way I used to get into cold calling before all this niche stuff and AI drawing for dollars, I used to just call 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for an entire year straight. I was in college. That's what I did in college. You got to remember, I ain't a newbie in this game. I've done over 4,000 wholesaling real estate deals. I've been in this business for almost 10 years now. I've been through the ringer. I call basically 10 years of wholesaling is like 60 years in any other business. It's like dog years. Wholesaling is like dog years, probably 70 years if I was working in sales, for any other business. Okay. But I've been through the dog years of wholesaling real estate. I've been through it all. The one thing I can tell you here is I used to cold call, triple line dialer, just 5 days a week, 5 hours straight. And it ain't easy. That built a lot of discipline with myself, but also maybe insanely good talking to sellers, like insanely good. And here's the best part. I enjoyed it. I know that sounds crazy. I might be, you might, where do they call people that like pain? Is that a bad word? I like it in this live, guys. Masochist. Yeah, they're a masochist. They enjoy pain. You might think you might be like, oh my gosh, Zach just loves the pain. He does it for the love of the game. The only reason I was cold calling for so much was you physically couldn't stop me from cold calling. Why? Because every single day I was getting pretty much an amazing or 1 to 2 awesome wholesaling leads. And I was making $20,000, $30,000 a month. There's some months I made 40 grand in college, $40,000 at 18 years old. So if you're 18 years old and you just collected a $40,000 check from your dorm room, how in the world am I not going to be motivated to start cold calling? Bro, if I could have cold called 16 hours a day, I would have done it. I had other priorities in college, I guess. But I'm just telling you, if I could go out here and cold call 16 hours a day, I would be doing it. I was just making so much dang money. The only reason I couldn't cold call anymore was because I had literally not enough time in the day. I started hiring VAs to do it and then scaling out how to wholesale. But guys, I was a teenager going out here just making 40K in a month. Here's the thing. And so you physically couldn't stop me from cold calling. So don't be crying to me like, okay, sucks. Get on the phones and start making money. Everybody wants to watch the Wolf of Wall Street, but no one wants to get on the phones. It's so hilarious to me. Stop complaining. Get to work. Now, rant over. But my original message is most people cold call the wrong way. I was just cold call all day. Boom, 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 boom. It's just that. Remember, guys, I'm a little mentally insane. Okay. I'm not of the same wavelength most people are mentally. I kind of lost my mind in the process of wholesaling. I've kind of gone clinically insane. They should probably put me in a home, but I'm still out here making money wholesaling. So I'm still here, I guess. But I lost my mind a very long time ago. And I do understand that some people mentally can't handle the amount of cold calling I used to do. They couldn't handle the amount of wholesaling. Guys, I used to just eat, breathe, sleep. All I do is wholesale. Since the age of 16 to now, all I've ever thought about was pretty much wholesaling real estate. I have about 3 thoughts in my brain. Okay. Wholesaling real estate, the Miami Dolphins, and possibly working out. Pretty much in that order. On repeat, 24/7 for about 10 years straight. And honestly, it's produced a lot of money. I don't know the side effects of it yet, but I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good at myself. But you don't need to do that anymore, okay? Y'all don't have to, you don't have to be like me, okay? There's a different way out, and this is niche list. So again, the days of cold calling 30,000 sellers on a triple line dialer is over. Okay, that's good. It's probably best. All right, it's like saying it's probably best 10-year-olds don't work in sweatshops anymore in America, working 300 hours a week. It's probably for the best. Probably best people don't do what I did. I don't regret what I did, but basically, you don't need to be cold calling that much. Like honestly, if you cold called with this list of 2,000 people, if you call, let's just do the math. 2,000, you can call 30 people an hour. Let's call it 35 people an hour. You're going slow. 57 hours, divide by 4. 14 a week, 5 days a week. Honestly, if you did 2 to 3 hours, depending, if you have a triple line dialer, okay, cool. Let's see here. Yeah, pretty sick. Okay, so I'll tell you this. If you want to go out here, 2,000, I'd probably tell you about 2 to 3 hours every single day. That's all you really need to do. And we're talking about getting a deal pretty much a month. It's not really that bad. Okay. I'd say about cold calling 2 to 3 hours a day. Now, on top of that, I'd probably have you text sellers too. The reason I want you to text a seller is because to text 2,000 lists, 1 penny per text on X leads, probably $20. So you're probably about $20 to go out here and text 2,000 sellers. I think that's pretty good. It's not bad. Dialer is probably going to be about $30 for the month, $20 for the month. You're probably like 150 with X leads, 150 with everything for the month, unless you got like a Pro Plan, X Plan, then you got a lot more exports. You probably do a little more marketing, find your buyers a little easier, actually a lot easier. You're probably going to be good. But the funniest part about this is that's all you have to do. There's really nothing else you need to be doing. You're probably in it 3-4 hours a day. That's all you need. I will tell you this though, and I will probably go out here and I'm probably gonna ramp this up a little more, but like I'll probably say if you're a little crazy like me, if you want to do some reverse drawing for dollars, basically putting sticky notes on properties, if you can find just the pre-foreclosures and you put sticky notes on the pre-foreclosures, probably do 100 of them in a month, that pretty much going to guarantee, like, you're asking me, Zach, what are you going to do if you got to start from scratch? This is it. Okay. That's it. It's hilarious to me, but like, that's all. If I was starting from scratch, this is what I'm doing. By far, these are the lists I pull. These are the channels I do. Now, if this is a list I pull, these are the channels I do. What are the other parts in this quadrant? Pretty simple. Okay. Number 3 is going to be I dub it the attack. I dub it attack. And basically what this means is, I'll put it right here, attack. you need to go out here and fill this out. So if you're brand new, I'd fill this out and say, okay, how am I going to attack my deals? How do I go out here and attack? All right, let's break this down. So how do I attack this? Attacks going to go through two things. It's going to be your schedule and it's going to be your volume. Now, volume is technically part of the lists. Let's go over your schedule. I'll probably tell you, if you're watching this, I'm mandating that everybody does at least 20 to 40 hours a week of what I call income producing activities. IPA for short. Now, what an IPA is, it's not a beer, but it's what I call income producing activities. Basically meaning you need to spend 20 to 40 hours every single week doing income producing activities. Now I might be like, Zach, what's an income producing activity? I'm very glad you asked. An income producing activity is going to be either polling lists or doing calling, texting, or sticky notes. That is it. Let me write it in green for money so we don't forget it. But an income producing activity right here in green. An income producing activity is going to be right here in green. Is going to be lists and channels. So if you're pulling code violations, probates, AI lists, you're pulling these lists, and then you're calling, texting, or putting sticky notes on, that is an income producing activity. That is what it is. Income producing activity. That is it. Income producing activities. That's all you got to be doing. Income producing activities. Now, if you're not doing this, you got some problem. Okay. You definitely got some issues. But I will let you know this. Okay. Anything that's not in green, if it doesn't make you money, you don't do it. So does that mean you make email headers? Does that mean you go out here and you go on Facebook and you try to make your SEO perfect? No! Income producing activities. If it doesn't make you income, you don't do it. That's what, guys, 20 to 40 hours. No doom scrolling. No go on Instagram. Not trying to look at hot chicks on TikTok. You're going to be doing 2 parts in that quadrant. It's what gets everyone screwed up. Zach, I don't have enough time. Show me your screen time, bro. Show me your screen time. Show me what you're doing when nobody else is watching. Because here's the cool part. Your volume is dictating your success. So that's the next part, is your volume. So what's your volume going to be? Again, following this criteria, right? We'll turn this, get this black right there. There, cool. You're probably going to get 2,000 calls. You're probably going to be at 2,000 calls. 2,000 texts. And then 100 reverse drawing for dollar sticky notes. That's how you attack. Then the last one, but not least. Okay, now we know what to attack. Now we're making a plan. Most importantly is going to be your KPIs, your key performance indicators. Now, this is the unsexiest part of it all. But honestly, you need to track your numbers. Okay? This is how you do it. So let's go look at some stats here. So probably what you need to start looking at if you're running this, because guess what? We're going to do some one-on-ones. Okay? And we're going to be talking to people. And I get a lot of people say, Zach, how do I get a deal? How do I become successful? How do I become just like you? Well, let's do some math. Okay? You need to track how many leads that you have, how many deals you've done. You need to know your contact rate for calling and texting. You need to know how many texts you've sent out. You need to figure out how many calls you've made. You need to figure out how many appointments you've made, how many contracts, not contacts, contracts. Let's get rid of deal flow. There you go. And then how many offers you made. Now, the reason why you want to figure that is because if you know how many leads you've had versus how many deals you've had, you can divide your leads per deal. If you know how many texts you've sent out and how many leads, you know how many texts equal a lead. If you know how many leads you have, how many appointments for a lead, you know how many offers you've made on appointments, how many offers equal a contract. You can do your own math and division. But these are the standard KPIs you should have. How many leads you currently have, people who actually want to sell their property, how many offers you've made, how many deals you've done, contracts, texting, calls, appointments, contracts, offers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you figure out these 8, that's pretty much all you need to run a wholesaling real estate business. Now, you might be watching this and you might be some Gen Alpha, some whatever 19-year-old kid. I don't know what to call you guys. The number one question after this, even though I just told you what I would do getting started right now if I had to start over in 2026, Zach, how quickly can I get a wholesaling deal? Probably get a deal pretty quick. I'll probably tell you this. You can probably get a deal 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, right? But the whole thing is, Zach, what's the exact amount of calls that I have to make to go out here and get a deal? It's pretty simple. I mean, I've been very clear about this for a pretty long time. But I have a new equation I've been working on. I'm excited to drop it tonight. And it's pretty much my what am I calling this? I'm going to call it I'm going to call it an impatience calculator. Okay. If you're someone that says, like, I need it, how do I get it? I'm going to just call it my Gen Z calculator. So if you want to say, Zach, I need to get a deal right now. I need to get a deal quick. How do I do this? Okay. I'll probably tell you this. This is your calculation. Okay. You guys have to track your KPIs for this, but it should be fine. What you need to do is you need to figure out, so you want to figure out your time per deal. How much time for me to go out of here and get a wholesaling deal, right? Time per deal. So let's talk about time per deal. Okay. Figure out what your time per lead is. So how much time does it take to go out here and get a lead? Multiply that, put in parentheses. There we go. Time per lead multiplied by LPD, which is leads per deal. Leads per deal. And basically what I mean by this is if you could just calculate how much time it takes for you to get a lead and how much leads it takes for you to get a deal, it's all you need. So again, let's run the math here. If you can get, on average, basically 4 hours, every 4 hours of income producing activity, of IPA, income producing activity, equals a lead, then you figured out that it takes you roughly, because you're so amazing at closing, 3 leads to go out here and get a deal. Multiply that. That is going to be 12 hours of income producing activities, IPA, income producing activities, to go out here and get a deal. Here's the problem. If you only do 1 hour of income producing activity every single day, it might take you 12 days. If you do 2 hours of income producing activity a week, it might take you 6 weeks. That's pretty much it. That's how you wholesale real estate. That's how you do the game. That's how quick it is to get a deal. So if you're impatient and you want to start getting wholesaling deals, that's what you got to be doing. So if I'm starting out wholesaling real estate in 2026, this is exactly what I would be doing. What I want to do, let me answer some questions, see what's going on, and let's start making some money wholesaling real estate. I want to address a hater in the comment, because I love talking to my haters. I think they're actually hilarious. And so, what's his name? King Charles. I want to talk to that guy. Bro, by the way, Charles, please, bro. He's talking mad crap right now. King Charles, dude. If you want to, please, I'm begging you, and I beg my haters. Bro, I'm putting this on the screen. King Charles, whoever his name was. Dude, if you want to talk to me in my face. King Charles says that, his quote was, his daddy gave him everything. Silver spoon. I love that. That's my favorite one. Now, it's just hilarious to me. Now, let me ask you this. Where's a silver spoon getting into wholesaling real estate? I'll tell you this. In my circumstance, getting started at 16 years old and being 26 years old and making $1 million a month, real estate investing and wholesaling, has anybody else my age been able to do that? No. Why? I was at the right place at the right time with the right parents. That's completely true. I'll tell you this. I don't know anybody at my age making this much money in wholesaling real estate. It's because my dad taught me? Yeah. Okay. But I'll tell you this. I learned from my dad. My dad taught me how to wholesale real estate for free. Now, as of this recording, is there anybody in the entire wholesaling real estate game that teaches wholesaling real estate completely for free besides me? Like a whole course, everything? No. You see, you could say, Zach, your dad taught you for free. Yeah, he did. And guess what? I'm a multi-millionaire from that. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach you for free. And guess what happens when I teach you for free? Y'all send me wholesaling deals, and then I make even more millions of dollars. Here's the cool part. My dad, he was making about 6 figures a year wholesaling real estate. And when I started with him, we were making 6 figures a year. We partnered up together, equal business partners, when I was about 20 years old. And we were making 6 figures a year. We currently make 7 figures a month. So you can call me Silver Spoon. You can say whatever name you want. But I was able to work with my dad, and we both built a 7-figure a month wholesaling real estate business, an 8-figure wholesaling business together. I think that's pretty cool. He would have not been able to do it without me, and I would have never been able to do it without him. So you could say whatever you want to my face. You could say whatever little sly comment. Call me Silver Spoon, whatever. I make 8 figures a year, bro. Dude, I've already won. I'm just being real. Again, I'm not trying to brag. I'm not, but like, say whatever you're going to say to me, man. But likewise, I'm at my point right now because of my dad, but my dad's at the point where he's at here because of me. That's what it is. So if you're a hater, please talk to me. But if you're going to hate on me, just please name somebody else that has a free wholesaling course that teaches everything and gives it all to people for free that doesn't ask for money. That's all I'm going to say. And again, I'm not trying to shut up any haters, but like, please, for the love of everything, man. Actually, I'm going to say this too. Does anybody else know any big wholesaling real estate coaches in the game that have kids my age? They all do. Have you ever noticed all these wholesaling YouTubers have kids? They all have kids my age, but none of them are millionaires. Isn't that funny? Everything that's interesting. Isn't that interesting? Huh. There's other wholesaling YouTubers that have kids that are older than me. And they ain't making 7 figures a month. Huh. I'll be quiet. We're going to pay them a wholesaling course. I'll do it for free. I don't know. All right, let me answer some questions, guys. Oh, man. Holy moly. Guys, if you hop on, I got a streamer link. You want to talk to me one-on-one for free. If you hate or love or whatever you want, I'll help you out. Oh, my gosh. That's so funny. All right, let's go out here and let's answer some questions. These are always funny. Titus, what's going on, man? Hold on, let me hop you on here. Hold on, I can't hear you. All right, I think you're muted. Uh-oh, he's coming in and out. Thou Lord says, what's your recommended income producing activity? I'll probably say cold calling, polling lists, calling, texting. If you're on TikTok, go to Zach Ginn on YouTube. Go to Zach Ginn YouTube channel. It should be in the bio, and watch the replay of this. It's on there. All right. All right, he's got another one. All right, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. What's going on?
Sweet. I appreciate all the help you've given me over this time. I do need some help, though. I'm trying to lock up my first deal. This property is probably worth around $12K. It's a vacant land. Locked it up for $1,100. So the spread's there. I got a lot of buyer interest on it. I had one buyer walk away because he wouldn't put up a deposit. But what I really need help with is there's a $11,000 judgment that I need to negotiate with city council tomorrow.
What kind of judgment?
It's on the property, so it's ran, not on the seller. It was bought from a tax auction.
It's taxes? 11,000 taxes?
No, The taxes were settled on the auction. It was abating the nuisance.
Okay. And who levied it? The city, or would it be from code enforcement?
City. I spoke to the city attorney, and he told me he didn't have authority to negotiate. He'd have to bring my offer over email to the city council and negotiate.
Oh, I mean, you might get half, a third if you're like gangster, bro. I mean, you're gonna have to negotiate first. I mean, do you even have any buyers first before we get into that?
Yeah, one guy for sure at 2,000. Yeah, one guy for sure at 2,000.
Okay.
Maybe some other people can help me, but
Wait,
one guy for sure
$2,000?
at 2,000. Yeah, $2,000.
Bro, if you think, I mean, dude, if you can negotiate from 11,000 to 1,000, you're gonna break even. Is it 1,000 and he buys the $11,000 fine with it?
No, I don't think the title company would allow that. You'd have to pay it off with it, and it would come out of the seller's side due to your contract that you gave me. And I don't think he wants to come out of pocket $9,000 to close.
Outside Chicago? Where are you getting this deal locked up?
It was
What state?
Arkansas.
In the middle of nowhere?
No, it's in the city.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's an info lot.
Oh, you're gonna have to negotiate and then talk to buyers. I mean, why don't you go with home builders? I mean, I just go to Zillow, new construction, start calling all the owners on that.
Yeah, I called every single one. I called every single builder on Google Maps too. Every single for sale and sold of the new construction. I got one builder to look at it, but most of them just ghost me.
Ooh. DM me the deal. Let me see what I can do. Try to negotiate it, but DM me the deal. I think I can help you out.
Where can I DM it to you? Support at Flip with
Cool.
Rick?
School.
School? Okay, I can DM you on school.
DM me on school and just put Arkansas deal in it.
Okay, I will.
Make sure I look at it.
Any other tips for negotiating this judgment down? Because I was just gonna offer him $300 and see what happens.
I have some pretty good people. I got some pretty cool people that can help you out with that. I know what to do.
Sweet.
All right, Titus. Appreciate it, man. Let's go out here and do it. How did you find that deal?
How do I find it?
How did you find that deal?
Cold calling.
I like
it. It was actually a funny situation. I got his voicemail and he had a different phone number that linked to that phone number. And I got that phone number and then it was his business. And then so I called his business, got through the gatekeeper to get to the owner. And I just kind of locked it up that way.
Dude, I love it. All right, man. Well, keep it up, dude. I like this. Are you pulling just only land right now?
No, okay. That was supposed to be a house.
Okay. Let's keep this up, dude. I like this. Send me that deal. I'm going to see what we can do here. I want to look at what I could do. I mean, it seems like they're going to negotiate. It just depends how much. But your buyer offering 2,000 is disgusting.
Yeah. I wish I kind of went with that first guy at 7,000, but he wanted to see my ID and he wouldn't put up a deposit. He wouldn't put up any money up front.
Why do you want to see your ID? You think you're too young?
I guess he just wanted to verify I wasn't a scammer. One deal I had, I thought I was going to make $20,000 on each with my JV partner, but it was fraud.
Was it land?
No, it was a house in Arizona.
Really? Dude, there's a lot of land fraud going on, or like sellers that are pretending to be, and the title companies are having to pay out. For some reason, land on FSBOs, a lot of it's being fraud right now. But that's weird, dude. It didn't close though, right?
No, it didn't even make it to escrow because we set somebody to go look at the property and take pictures. And some guy was at the house and he was like, "Who are you?" I get a call. There's 3 other people on the line, plus the notary that we sent to take pictures. And he was being all aggressive, everything. And I'm like, "You signed the contract. What do you mean?" And it wasn't him. He ended up showing his ID eventually.
we wholesaled a fraud deal where the guy was a fraud, and the title company like signed and everything, went through, and they wanted us to give the money back to the buyer, but title company had to pay out. It happens. That's why I use a title company. That's why I use title insurance. Happens to the best of us. But all right, send me that deal. Let's see what we can do. Keep calling though, right? You're hustling.
Yeah, I talked to I think 42 people today.
Jeez, I like it.
Trying to make it happen somewhere. I appreciate the help, Zach.
Are you in Arkansas?
No, I live in Denver, Colorado. I remember the first time you replied to me, you told me to go virtual.
Arkansas is a good market, dude. Do you ever try Texarkana?
I have a buyer in Texarkana.
Great area, bro. Texarkana, Little Rock, Fayetteville. And then if you're a hustler, Bentonville has the best buyers in Arkansas, but I'm getting there right now. Got all those like rich Walmart people. But all right, I digress. Keep it up, bro.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Titus. There we go. Sweet. Mario. You're on mute. You're on mute. There we go.
I got you off mute, Zach.
Can you turn your
I get to talk to you?
Mario, turn your camera off. It's taking too much bandwidth. Just do the audio.
Hey, there you go.
Turn your camera off. Just do audio only.
Just do the audio.
Yeah, just turn your camera off. Oh boy. All right. Camera off. Why is he making that face? John, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Zach? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
Good. I had a question for the probate stuff. So when you guys updated how the skip traces on X leads, it's just contact one now. And so whenever I just pulled last month's probates, a lot of the skip trace information is the deceased person. So I was just wondering how you would go about getting the actual information for the affidavits.
Yeah, I think I'm negotiating with the skip tracing provider. We're actually this isn't breaking news, but basically we're going to be able to figure out if the person's if the owner's deceased or not, and then basically from there we're going to expand out on the multiple contacts. So probably by the 1st of April, I'm hoping, maybe it's 2 weeks, we go out here and get it fixed. But yes, we're going to add additional contacts on there probably in about a week or two.
Okay. You think it'd be worth it to even just reach out to the number that's on file, even though it's the deceased owner, just in case?
Yeah, why not? If you figure out it's a probate, then yes.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, because it was like
on the relatives.
Let me see.
Usually contact
month,
2,
like
3, and 4.
173.
Yeah, usually contact 2, 3, and 4 is going to be the other one if it's mobile, though. We have found on the probates, but my number one priority is making sure we get that deceased property match, and then we can basically have variables. If the person is deceased, then we only go after relatives on it, and that's the next little update for the skip tracing part. I'm pretty excited about it.
Because if anything, I'll just probably mail them because it's not a lot of volume every month, and so I might just hand mail everyone, but we'll see.
All right, I like it, dude. Keep it up, the probates, man. How many probate calls for a lead are you getting right now?
I'm just starting to do probates. I was focusing on pre-foreclosures. I closed my first like the day after Christmas, and that was a $32,000 one.
Oh,
it was pretty nasty.
Oh. Why didn't you tell me this? Did you tell me this?
Yeah, I posted it in the school group and Discord, I think.
Let's go. 32,000. I love it, man.
Yeah, so I've been focusing on foreclosures, but it's not a lot of volume, and it's just been kind of stale last few months. So I'm gonna open into probates, and then I might look more into the virtual driving for dollars or the sky driving for dollars.
Are you doing any texting?
That's all I'm doing is texting. Because I work full time, so I have.
Oh yeah. How many texts are you sending out?
With foreclosures, not a lot, because I'm pulling from the county and I pull it every day. So I'll get like a handful a day, and they just go straight into a.
You're the volume, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I need is more volume.
Code
I want to get to
violation.
where I'm making one offer a day.
Bro, okay. I mean, dude, you should heavily consider at minimum high equity vacants, equity absentee owners. It's a little more than what I told you today, but even like 8,000 text, like 500 text a day would be pretty sick. I mean, probably less than that, man.
Okay, 500 texts a day.
I'd be bumping the texting up just a little. I mean, how many texts are you sending out on average every single month?
I'm probably with foreclosures. I'm probably getting anywhere from 200 to 300 prospects. But the way that I have it set up is that I have them going through an entire like monthly. Or it's actually a course of 3 months. So the first week they get 5 text messages, and then they get texted every other day.
Oh,
yeah. That's what was working for me for foreclosures, but not everyone wants an offer.
If it works, go do it. I would be pulling some more high equities, and I'd do a little more volume. You already made 32 grand. I would up the volume.
Okay.
You're a smart guy. I think you should just be experimenting a little more.
So just hit up like high equity absentees.
Absentees, vacants. I'd be pulling code violations. I'd be trying to get less pendances, liens, tax delinquencies, code violations, fire damage properties, water shutoffs, evictions. Dude, government lists have been good for you. You just got to keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the water shutoffs again because they've normally always given to me, but I pulled them a week or two ago, and they're like, "Oh, we can't give you this list." So I was gonna wait a week.
What about liens? What about liens? What about liens? Liens?
So tax liens are kind of hit or miss because the
liens
code violations.
Liens in general.
No, I haven't pulled liens in general.
Like I don't pay my IRS taxes, so they put a lien on my property.
No, I haven't hit those yet.
I mean, bro, you made 32 grand.
Would that be considered a code violation, or is that?
Bro, a lien can be, it's a judgment on somebody, right? If I don't pay my state income tax, lien. Don't pay my taxes, lien. Okay? Even code violations, I don't pay them a lien.
Okay, so just liens in general.
Bro, if I don't pay my credit card bill, lien on my house.
Gotcha. Okay, so just more broad liens.
Bro, you're gonna be like Future. Okay. I've been sipping lean. Bro, you're all about lean. Okay.
All right, I know exactly where I can pull those from too.
All right, leans. Lean on me. Okay. All right, John.
I got you. I'm pulling them. I'm looking them up right now.
All right, dude. Go to work, man. All right.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it, bro.
Later.
So I taught John how to make $32,000 for free. Should I say that he's a silver spoon baby? He learned from me, a rich millionaire in wholesaling, for free. I gave him everything for free. He does not deserve his success because I taught him for free. Bleh, how dare he? No. Yeah. I taught John how to make $32,000 on that deal for free. Am I going to call him a silver spoon baby? No. You know why? Because I learned from somebody for free. Because I learned for free, I'm going to teach him for free. Why do you think I'm out here on YouTube? Why do you think I'm the only guy teaching this for free? Why? Because I learned for free. I'm going to teach you guys for free. That's why I'm not going to stop. That's why these haters can't stop me. Okay? That's why I'm getting deals every single day. You know why? I'm good at this business. I also make videos so you guys send me more deals and I do more deals in my own wholesaling business, guys. That's why I'm not going out here making big bucks. And so you got to remember this. Cry. Zach learned for free. Bro, the reason I learned from, why do you think I teach you for free? Because my dad taught me for free. And I just taught John I make $32,000 for free. What am I going to call him, a little silver spoon baby? Oh, you learned. Yeah, because Zach taught you everything. I taught you everything for free because I need to get rich. I'm sorry that I'm not charging you $1,000 to learn how to wholesale. I'm sorry that freewholesaling.com is free. I'm so sorry that all my wholesaling content is completely for free. I'm so sorry. Hate on me for that. Jeez, man. Bro, pull the liens, dude. Please. That's going to help John. Pull the lien list, man. Daniel, what's going on?
How's it going, Zach? Good?
Dude, every day above ground's an amazing day, man. How are you?
Great. Is it possible you can help me find the pre-foreclosure list? And I'm on the spreadsheet you gave me. And last Friday, I was looking at it. Can I share my? Let me do it real quick.
Nope. YouTube won't let me. And he's out. Guys, I would. Nothing pains me more than not being able to just pull a pre-foreclosure list live on YouTube. The big red play button won't let me do it. Like I literally, it won't let me do it. It breaks my heart. Hope he hops on here. Jacob.
Oh, here.
Yo. What's going on, man?
Sorry, I'm trying to hear you 1 second.
All right, no worries. All right. You hear me now?
All right, let me see. Sorry, I've never used this website before. Trying to figure it out on my phone.
All right, the words coming out of my mouth. Can you hear me? All right, I'm gonna let you get comfortable there.
I can only hear you through the stream, not through my phone. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out here.
All right, figure it
Yeah.
out, bro. Hector,
What's up? What's up?
dude, I haven't talked to you in a while. What's going on?
Oh man, just out here getting it. Doing some laundry right now.
There we go. How's the KC wholesaling doing?
Dude, you know what? You were right. Missouri market is bigger than what I thought. So,
What do you mean?
well, I last time I talked to you, we were just kind of overfishing the pond. You know what I mean? In the sense of just hitting
You're
the
going
same
hard.
areas. Yeah. So, we just started expanding our horizons. I still don't touch St. Louis though. I know everyone says, yeah, St. Louis. You can't convince me.
You go to St. Louis, you ain't gonna come home to your kids, man. So
Yeah,
you're making a good idea.
Yeah, you got it. You got the right idea. But hey man, I got a bone to pick with you though. All right, Mr. Silver Spoon. you and your dad said that you all would show me how to make my first $100,000.
Mhm.
Right? Not only did you show me how to make my first $100,000, but my second $100,000, and continuous. All right, you guys have definitely kept up your side of the bargain.
Bro,
Definitely. Oh, hey, thank you, man. Thank you.
Hey,
And
I doubt when you have a wife and kids, you're a little more motivated than the average 19-year-old, though. So I don't give myself the whole credit for it, dude. I think most of it's from you, dude. You got a family to feed, man. I get it.
yeah, and now I get to teach him. I wish I would have known this at 19. Say, bro, if I would have known this at 19, oh my God, bro.
Why do you think I go live so much? I'm just trying to let as many people know as I can before.
Man, yeah. No, you guys did a awesome job with everything and putting together. So, hey, but I do have one thing. I'm dealing with one thing. So, I work with a pretty consistent buyer of mine. Really good business partner of mine. Here's the trick, guys. If you guys aren't doing this, I take him. He has first dibs on everything I get in a certain area, right? I take it to him first.
Okay.
And so I take my buyer to the walkthrough, right? Take my buyer to the walkthrough. He's my contractor. He's everything for me because he's everything for me.
Mhm.
So he'll give me the numbers and he'll make the offer. This last one we went on, it was a home run, dude. When I say home run, I've seen home runs. This was a home run. He started getting all wishy-washy. Getting like that. So I was like, okay. I never take pictures of properties if I have my buyer there. Never take pictures. As soon as he said, I started snapping immediately. And the next day, next 24 hours, I brought one guy through there. He said, yeah, yep, absolutely. 5 minutes, I'll meet you at title, drop off furnace. I said, okay. I'm kind of having that remorse though. Have you ever dealt with anything like that where you're like, man, I really want to give this guy the shot, but he's being iffy.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I mean, you got to remember people's businesses and like lives change quick. I have plenty of buyers that were rolling in with the dough, and then they had a couple of bad flips, and they started getting really tight. Here's what I personally found: a buyer, you could sell them 30 deals, they can make 40 grand per deal. They're making 1.2 million from you, right? Which I'm getting paid fine. I'm pretty happy about it. But then they buy one deal and they actually lose 20 grand and they get sour. And now they just want to buy a deal for like the craziest price possible now because they got burned off of one deal. They made 1.2 million, but they lost 20 grand one deal. And now they think the whole economy is bursting at the seams and they're crazy about me. And again, unfortunately, you don't know how much money someone's made on a flip. So you won't know until they start hemming and hawing like that, right?
Right.
Maybe they're having some situations in their own personal life, all these things, right? You got to remember that this is just a business at the end of the day. And you have a duty for yourself and your kids and your family. You don't have a duty for this buyer. Okay. You don't have a ring on your finger before him. Okay. He's not your soulmate. Okay. Buyer. Like you have you got the whole field out there. And the fact that you just don't go out here and say highest bidder only already means so much to you. So what I'm probably doing is, I mean, some buyers, I've had buyers great for 8 years and some just are amazing for a year. It's just a business, man. That's all it is.
Sure.
So I know how you're doing it the way you're doing it. The economies of scale have clearly shown getting pictures and showing multiple buyers will yield you the best results. And I think you should experiment with that. Because like I always say, and I know this is cliche, but it's like, how much is a signed Patrick Mahomes helmet, worth? Well, if you ask somebody who lives in Denver, Colorado, that's a Broncos fan, who'll probably give you $30 for it. If you go to Kansas City in the richest part, some guy will give you $6,000 for it, right? What is it worth? It's worth $6,000 because it's what someone is willing to pay for it.
Right.
So if you have a wholesale deal, and this is and here's another crazy part, right? Certain buyers will pay certain prices for certain deals. So if you have property A, buyer 1 will pay more than buyer 2. Property B, buyer 1 will pay less than buyer 2. It's weird, right?
Right.
And so I like the approach of taking pictures and just telling buyers, hey, you're on the VIP list. I'm giving it to you first. You have the first right of refusal. And you kind of put a little pressure on them. That's how I like putting the pressure on them. The best thing that happens is you give it to that good buyer of yours. He says no. And then, or he says, I'll think about it. He calls you back. Yeah, I want to buy it. Sorry, I sold it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I shouldn't be optioning Hector, man. And so, hey, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Right.
So I mean, you're a smart guy. I think maybe it's $100 to take pictures, but that $100 will probably yield you an extra $2,000 to $3,000 per list.
Right. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's like you said, the first right of refusal for this guy.
I get it. You're a loyal dude, man. But like, come on.
Yeah.
You got to be loyal to your money too.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. The guy was ready to rock. I shot him the price. He said, I can't be there, but here's where I can be. And it was significantly higher where my first guy would have been. Because my buyer tried to lowball me. I'm already cutting the people at the knees, and then he tried to cut me at the knees. I'm like,
I had a buyer where I made 80 grand on an assignment. It was kind of disgusting. I mean, it was a little deal. And the next deal, he's just like, I'll give you 10K on top. What do you get locked up for? I ain't in that game. I don't play that. I only get paid 10 grand game.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, just like you, Hector, right? Again, I know it's creepy, but like I know your entire story, right? It's like Pizza Hut, like, you know, like, hey, if you want to get paid just a certain amount, go back to Pizza Hut, right?
Yeah. Right.
That's like life, man, right? And so like my income is not capped by what you feel like; it's what the market dictates. And the same thing is like Pizza Hut thinks you're worth, you know, back math, right? 40 grand a year, 50 grand a year. Well, you're worth way more than that. Hector's worth more than that, just doing something else. And so that's just yeah, dude. When buyers see how much you make, they usually get a little weird after a couple of them. And I think he's just getting sour. It's just how the business works, dude. Here's the coolest part in Missouri. There's a lot of buyers. A lot.
Sure.
And with this whole Iran thing and all the stocks being weird, like people are more happy to buy real estate than ever right now. So I think you're great, dude. There's plenty of fish in the sea, man.
Yeah. Yep. 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 I agree. Okay.
That's not dating advice, though, Hector. Okay.
What's that, Bo?
That's buyer advice, not dating advice.
Ah, gotcha.
Don't write that down, all right? Just kidding, man. But yeah, dude. Trust me, the whole buyer getting sour because you're making so much stinking money thing it happens.
Right. Well, yeah. And the thing about, you know, my buyers say, hey, I need to make $100,000 off this one. I'll go get them $100,000 house. I'll go make sure that they make 100 grand. You know, I'll get mine. I'll make sure you get $100,000. You know. Yeah, just kidding. Yeah, I hear you though. It just kind of, it's weird. I'm not a betrayer. You know, it's just like, dang it, man. I feel like I betrayed him, dude. I don't know. I even messaged him today and I was like, yeah, hey, I signed it already. Been hesitant on sending this text. I want to apologize for any inconvenience.
Yeah, but I'd also do some math though. Next time he says no to a deal, you can also just say this too. Hey, you know that deal you said no to? Well, the guy bought it for 130 and he sold it 2 months later for 190. Just FYI. Just shut up. Just let him know. Just let him know. I'm being a jerk, but like, dude, I'm trying to make you money, bro. Like, just like, I'm just trying to give you opportunities. And I can get somebody else an opportunity, but like you've helped me out. I'm just letting you know. I know you're not happy about my assignment, but there's a reason why people pay more. Go with me.
Right.
So I gotta pay a little more assignment fee with me because I can make the buyer. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I got the pictures. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate you, bud.
Right, bro. Keep it up, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Oh, Hector, Silverstone baby. I made him 200K in his own wholesaling business. What? Oh my gosh. See, Zach taught him everything. He doesn't deserve his success. I made him 200K wholesaling. Oh, how dare I do that? How dare I make him 200 grand wholesaling real estate? I just fed him a silver spoon. I gave him everything. He doesn't deserve any of that. Oh my goodness. So funny. You see, I love the haters, right? Because if you want to hate on me, and my dad taught me, hate on the fact that I teach everyone for free and I make them results. There's a reason why we have the top wholesaling real estate community in the entire world, freewholesaling.com. There's a reason why I have the largest course in the game, freewholesaling.com. There's a reason why I have more successful students than anybody else. Because y'all are amazing. I love every which one of you. You know why? Because you actually just listen to what I have to say and you take action. It's what it's all about. It's literally what it's all about. Prime Home Buyer says, can you skip trace a list for me? Okay. I will give you 1,000 free skip traces. Go to xleads.com. xleads.com. Go to xleads.com. Be right there. If you're on TikTok, if you want to watch the replay of this, okay, go to the Zach Ginn YouTube channel. Look up Zach Ginn, ZACHGINN on YouTube. That's where the replay is. The replay will not be on TikTok. You're going to have to go to the Zach Ginn YouTube channel. That's where the replay is going to be. But guys, if you could take anything from the stream tonight, take action. By far, if you take the action, you do the volume, you pull the list, the channels that I say, this business is simple. Income producing activities. Do the work you know you need to be doing. every single day. I know it's not fun. I know it's not sexy, but I'm telling you, you will thank yourself in a year. And I cannot promise that wholesaling real estate will be this easy a year or two down the line. AI is coming fast. AI is making it a little, how do I say, it's getting easier to get more niche lists with AI. And we might hit a point where it gets harder and harder. We're not there yet. We're not there for probably, hopefully for a while, unless a crazy tool comes out there. But I'm telling you, the game's changing rapidly. With AI drawing for dollars and all this stuff, get ready. So guys, go to freewholesaling.com. Take action now while it's easy. I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a